a.m. I think he put in the wrong time date.
Yeah.
If I was Hannah, I would duck out real quick, mani-pedi wax, trim the lashes. If I was Hannah, I'd be putting on about 12 pairs of underwear because it's going to take at least 2 weeks before you get commissary set up. Seriously, I've had clients that have gone into things where clearly obvious they're going to be going to prison, and they put on 4 or 5 pairs of underwear, several pairs of socks.
Hey, Danny T. Oh. Yeah, I messed up. I set it up for tomorrow, but it's going now. So now I have to figure out what to do for 4 hours while we wait for the jury to come back. Well, it might not take that long. And I really, really, really need a bio break, but I'll wait till Jamie pops over here. And I was just about to put my tired old eyes down on the pillow. Oh, I started streaming. Thank you for the notification. Hey, Bobby, yeah, you're 11 hours early. I messed up. It's kind of like I was almost asleep. Bobby, you're not as fast as Danny T or Paige or been there, done that. I'm partially dressed. Food Fairy, it's 10:48. So I was, if it wasn't this close to going to verdict watch, I would have been sleeping now. But hey, Tiania, I would have been fast asleep now. Yeah, my back is started. I've been laying off the lifting for a couple of months because I had some kind of coof, and then just been doing cardio. So I started lifting again 2 days ago. So it's a little tight. Well, then hurry back so I can get to bed. Yeah, they're outscoring 6, I believe you meant. Well, as I say, I'm not cheap, I'm free. What time is it there? Now I have to do math at this time. It's 4 something, almost 5 o'clock. So they're gonna need, they'll be done by, they can do the verdict and then go and grab lunch on the way out. Will the jury request bringing back public you know what is the real question. I think the jury will go in there, they will sit down, they will look at each other and say, dang, that girl's gonna go on vacation. How bad is we gonna do it? So quiet. I can make it less quiet. I do have some. That's less quiet. Been there, done that. Member for a month. Here's to a quick verdict and a good night's rest. Yeah, and hopefully, no, I got the garbage men coming by tomorrow at 6 a.m. So I will have them waking me up in 7 hours. And then I'll probably jump on some stream and complain that I never sleep. But then I don't have to do trial coverage tomorrow until Jamie gets a hold of me and say, hey, why are you not working? You know you have to be working. And then I find some other trial. Yeah, they probably one of them raised their hand in the jury box and said, do we have to go back there, or could we just do it right now? Hey, before I go, of course Jamie is coming. Well, I shouldn't say of course, because Jamie and her new dad is having so much fun. He gives her all the kittens and all the dogs she wants. I'm just old dad. Well, I normally has it if lawn and crim is below 70%, there's a chance they will be free. Josie Heretic choose Carnation Revolution now. Hey, I'm a new subscriber. I got lucky number 13 and I'm wondering if you have any thoughts of that placard look like a profile of Abraham Lincoln's head on a stick. We've been talking about it looking like a thumbs down, but Abraham Lincoln. And now well, maybe if you do like this. Jamie, what do you say? Does this look like Abraham Lincoln's head on a stick?
It does.
Choosy heretic choose. Other than the Inquisition will get you. You're right. It's Abraham Lincoln. He has like a beard and stuff like that. I don't know why I gave him a beard like that. Just gonna remove that.
You're a crazy SOB.
Yeah, because my boss always yells at me if I don't do it.
I didn't. I was gonna let David do his little plan of the
Show off the board of fame. Well, I'm gonna do this. It's a board of fame. So this was the first board, which was a great success. So I had to have a support wall of fame because one wall of fame, thanks to all the amazing people. And if you watch my intro, you can see the last week's 3 biggest contributors in memberships, super chats, and corner kisses. So, but as you can clearly see, this row is a row of Brandon. Well, it's several rows of Brandon. So thank you so much, Brandon. You have been far too generous to my little wall building project.
Brandon is
He is a sweetheart.
He's a sweetie.
The corner kisses flashed off too. Yeah, I had a little problem with making them the same length. Hey, not that. Hey, John was the one I tried to say. You changed your looks.
Yeah. Isn't it cute?
Well, Brandon built the first wall, and then he built most of the support wall. Yeah, you probably don't have to wait that long. Yeah, wasn't he? He was kind of a rough guy. Well, politicians were back then. That was before soy lattes and big money in politics. But yeah, he was supposedly a really tough guy. And Jamie, do you keep an eye on? Because I'm blocked on that channel, you know. He indeed was a vampire hunter. I saw a documentary about that.
What channel are you blocked on?
You know, I'm blocked on Lawn and Crim's, the lead lady.
Oh, the Kathy lady. She don't like you.
She blocked me on Twitter. I never talked to her.
She knew your bad news.
I never did anything wrong. Any chance Whitebeard Dad gives a press conference? I don't think so. He don't seem like a person who likes to. Well, I'm talking. Well, thank you, Brandon. You're supporting the channel and helping me when I'm sitting here looking at myself thinking Jamie's changed, but I have a little picture below the main picture where Jamie is, and she's looking as pretty as ever. So I just get mesmerized when she flutters those eyelashes. You are very, very loud today.
Me?
Maybe did I turn? No, I did. I just didn't turn down my audio when I played my computer game earlier. Because we have a agreement. You have her on equal nights, and I have her on odd. What the opposite? We've been through custody court with this, David. You can't claim her more than our agreement. You're going to have a colorated flipboard like a Rolodex behind you.
I know.
Oh, well, Jamie has been telling me I should be doing it on the wall instead, but I'll have to figure it. I never thought it would take more than just one of these. And then people were way too generous.
Yeah, he thought he'd
Internet-
be bored and it would take a while to fill it up. But look at him. Look at you now.
Yeah, I thought it would last the last. It's the same with our. Do you remember when we set our goal for New Year's?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, 1,250 subscribers. I hope we reach that.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah, and they really can't claim anything because normally it's me sitting here through the verdicts, and he just swoops in with a bag of kittens and do the verdict. This is Verdict Watch. Verdict Watch for real, because she said you can have 10 minutes break and then you have to be in the jury room.
Yep.
So, and I guess if it goes like I think, they will grab their lunch on the way out after they have delivered a guilty verdict. Oh, The Wire is such an amazing show. That's where I learned everything I know about America.
Really? From The Wire?
Yeah. Peach, I'm still gonna make her change the name.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have made like 100 new subscribers since then. It was a little joke because a lot of people are setting these. I need to be at this amount, and I wanted 4 more because then we would have and by the magic of all of you kind people, I grew with 100 more, and I like to do this like I feel, and I feel like a guy who absolutely don't understand why anyone is watching me. So flash the court symbol. I won't flash anything on screen. Brandon, get in here. Dropping silence. I like Frank Zappa. I think they have ordered their dinner to go. They're just gonna drop off a verdict and be out of there by 5.
You really think so?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be under 2 hours. 2024 goal. Well, 2023 was 50 subs. And I think that was a total of growing 36 subs. So if I keep on track, maybe I should see how many subscribers I have. I don't check that often. I'm just looking at how many are here because that matters a little bit more than how many subscribers I have. But view your channel. I have 1,340. Well, if we can make it 2024, if we can reach 1,350. Yeah, lateral 462 she's going away for a long time. What a waste of life. Exactly. Yeah, she's going away. No ifs and buts about it. I think you're right. And there's more voters than votes. More votes than voters in the poll over on the other one. Well, it's because a lot of people probably left when they went on verdict watch. I can't speak. So I'm not watched the case at all. Is she guilty? Yes, she will be found guilty. I think they overcharged her with the charges against her, but she will be found guilty. A man can try. But yeah, but you know me. I won't flash. I will only dress slightly inappropriate on the expert stream, or dress up as Jamie on that one.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, I have Jamie's accent is quite cute, but because I have absolutely none. Thank you. Finally, I know I would run you down. Now I just have to make Iris put the H back in her name.
Aw. Peach
Yeah.
Pony? She did it.
Yeah. So there's no real, it's got to look good minimum time in a case such as this. It's not going to affect any appellant decision. Well, there's a mandatory 30 years if she gets the malice charge. So great success. That's racism. Yeah, maybe 51 subs. No, not 51. That'll be too much. 1,450. That'll be a great number. I really don't look at that because I've been above 1,000 subscribers for like a month, 2 months now. And 2 weeks ago, my average on a stream was 45 people. And during this case, I've been running closer to 80. So that's the real number to look at. That's how many comes back and watches your show. And thankfully, we're 94 people here right now and 3 people over on Rumble. So that's great. Yes, I didn't get what dropping Silent Nights was. Can't you just put a turtle on a flag? Do a turtle flag.
Do a turtle flag.
Yeah.
That would be cute.
You're back in double digits. Breathe in deep to your belly.
Hi, Irish.
even-
Oh, Irish changed it back.
Oh, you're too good for me. So I was thinking our sentences are too harsh, but we suck at rehabilitating people. So actually, if you look at the recidiv, I don't know if that's the we call it recidivist, I think is the word in English. If you look at the on the statistics, no matter which system, our system where you get 10 years for a murder, or your system where you get a whole lot of time, the recidivism percentage is close to, I believe, 85 to 87%. And it's no matter if it's the hardest system or it's the easiest system. The only crimes where you don't get people committing it again is charges where they don't have, or is where the people aren't around anymore to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Or else, no matter which country, it looks like 85 to 87% who goes in will reoffend. And we do, in Denmark, we have a joke that when you get old, instead of going into a retirement home, just rob a bank because you're taken better care of in prison. So I'm not sure it's I don't think. Well, maybe your charges are too hard and you're too bad to rehabilitate, but there is still a significant amount of people who will reoffend no matter what you're doing. Yeah, Christine is always in LNC, and then she comes back and tells us that she's guilty because she saw people talking about it all over on LNC.
I think she's been streaming a trial too.
Oh, she's using her phone to stream her trial.
Yeah.
Amazing. I bet she's doing a way better job than I am.
Get it, Christine.
We could, yeah. I think she's one of the 15% who wouldn't reoffend. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, but career criminals, in Denmark we use a lot of money to put in mental workers. It's actually even though the money going into the system in prisons in Denmark has been rising, we have fewer and fewer wardens because they use it on social workers, on how to make sure you have a family life while in prison. People like me can work in prisons to teach them how to bake. There's a lot of programs in Danish prisons, and still we have roughly the same numbers as you do reoffending. Hey, Fedorowski. Crimes of passion, yeah. Drugs, violence are the ones people, and of course stealing, but that's often combined with some kind of substance abuse. Oh, you meant the time of deliberation for the jury. Well, I don't know if you say they should for two, if they at least should do 2 hours of deliberation, they would just get angry, I think. But again, we covered the Carolintala case, 35 hours. And Lateral 462 said these BS cases is to discourage scare anyone from carrying. Dave has the same opinion.
I agree.
Well, that's a great way to do it. I'm not sure that the publics, the civilians in Massachusetts think that's a great idea, but yeah. In the prison you were in, we made prescription glasses. Yeah, I think it's a good idea to give people an education. I know you do that with the GEDs and stuff like that. We do that as well. It's good to give them new knowledge and new skills, but the problem is you don't give them new people skills. And when you come out, where are you gonna go? That's the biggest problem with addicts, criminals, is they have a network. When they come out, they go back to the town they came from, and they probably desperately want to keep themselves on the straight and narrow. But then Jamie comes along, and you knew Jamie back in high school, and you used to get a little herbal medicine with Jamie. And she says, well, one won't hurt. And then you have to give a surprise pee sample at your parole officer, and then you're back in, because that's the friends you know. And that's the biggest problem with criminals, is how to give them something else to come out to. And that's the hardest part, because who wants to hire a criminal? Who wants to give them a break? If it goes for over an hour, we won't know until tomorrow. Maybe not. They can reoffend if they stop charging the crime. Exactly. It looks good on paper. Tell me one incident where Pew Pew unalived anyone. Well, as what's his name? Not Ricky Gervais, the cross-dressing British comedian. Why am I blanking on that name? As he said, Pew Pews don't kill people. Monkeys with Pew Pew kills people. I always think about that because a monkey could do it. The problem is the Pew Pew isn't that dangerous if you just leave it.
Did a monkey kill someone?
No, it's just a joke.
Oh.
In order to stay clean, I have to leave my people's space and things. But so, congratulations with your 11 years sober. Yeah, I had to. I called the military and asked to be deployed. Eddie Izzard, correct, wicked psych. I called the military and asked to be deployed because I moved to Copenhagen, stayed there for a year, didn't drink a drop, came back home, got drunk the first night I was back in my town because all my friends said, well, you haven't been drinking with us in a long time. And then I spent a year taking care of other people in Bosnia, and that helped. Then I got out of it. Minnesota man was exonerated yesterday after getting a life sentence for murder in 2005. His whole life, family was waiting for him to walk out. Yeah, that's amazing when it happens, especially when it's a wrongly convicted.
Yep.
Monkeys with typewriters will be able to regroup an infinite number of monkeys with an infinite amount of typewriters will be able to remake Shakespeare's works. Hollymore, hello. Jamie, don't you ever listen to good stuff anywhere?
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm just picturing monkeys and typewriters writing novels. It's funny to me.
Yeah, it's the bullets that does it. But he's very anti-gun, actually. The only real solution is to have anyone other than Kamala address the root cause, and then that take decades. So I take the train a lot, as I have mentioned before, and I think you are a weirdo for wearing the mask if you're healthy. Someone got on the train with a mask and then pulled it off. Yeah. We had a big vote in the Danish parliament 2 days ago. No, last week. And they have, like all other politicians, they don't like to work. So they have these clearing deals. So I need to go back to my constituents. So I don't come into work. So one from the opposite side of the aisle can take a day off as well. But because it was to put a religious hindrance on our freedom of speech, the opposition said, well, then everyone voting for this this law should be present and vote for it. So we have your names on paper till the next election. And now they're complaining because a few of them were sick wearing masks, and now everyone is sick. And as people said, well, we're not going to miss you because you don't do anything. You just use our money. Bobby, I absolutely don't know anything. Hey, Christine, I hear you are streaming your trial. Great job. Well, if you want to carry a gun, I think it's your responsibility to know which end of it is the dangerous one. I actually tried when I was in the US the last time to take my kids to a gun range, because in Denmark, guns are very, very, very scary because we don't know them from other places than movies. And I thought it would be really good for them to try it, because a gun is a marvelous tool. It's a very, very harmful tool if you misuse it, but still, it's a great tool. It brings food to the table almost every day. and you shouldn't be scared of them. You should respect them. It's not a toy. But I think my dad took me shooting when I was 5 or 7 years old in a gun range. We had just some 22s we could shoot, but still, I learned how to handle a gun, how to always point it down range, how to make sure it was empty, all that stuff. Sadly, we didn't have the time to go to a gun range when I was here, but I was staying with a police officer, so we showed them. She had a few pews they could look at, showed them what it was, and then they got to shoot some BB guns with her son. And just to teach them, you don't have to be. It's not gonna just automatically jump out of the gun safe and start going crazy.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing to learn what it is, and always remember, first line of defense is running. The muffin pick from yesterday. Which one did I show yesterday? This one? Oh, this one.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah, little cuties. How was closing? Well, a bit too long-winded, a bit rambly from the defense, the state. I didn't like her opening, talking about her being wanting to be a cop. And I didn't think they really hit it there on the nail, but it doesn't matter. She will be found guilty.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I don't think she should be, but it is what it
No,
is.
no, but she will be. The first one, the little girl. Well, I've been talking to a few lawyers, and none of them can give me a correct answer. So I'm going to try it, and then we'll see if I lose my access to Microsoft. They should put her on probation, aerating greens. She seemed, yeah, she's qualified for aerating. I think is the word. Greens. Is that a racial thing, Jamie? Did I say a racism? You know, you have to tell me if I do a racism.
It didn't seem like it to me, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she's guilty, but not for murder. I think that's an over. Yeah. So I think we get a verdict as soon as the supper at Popeyes are done. I know that's a slight. I should. But Carissa, I remember I also promised you new. Yeah, I believe it was you. I promised new emojis like a month ago. I promise a lot, but I always forget. That's why I'm divorced. Yeah, manslaughter I could live with. Hello, Christine.
Yeah.
Oh, we have two Christines.
Is it involuntary manslaughter that I'm thinking of that I think would maybe fit? I don't know though. Everybody's,
Yeah.
but not malice and felony murder.
No.
And false imprisonment, I'm over that one because I don't know.
Yeah, and Lateral says a fork can be dangerous in the wrong hands. Everything is dangerous. Even your hands are dangerous.
No, Justin, it's literally only false imprisonment, felony murder, malice. Is it malice murder?
Yeah, malice and felony murder.
And then the rest were gun charges, right?
Yeah, possessing a gun while doing a criminal act.
Yeah, so there's no lesser included or anything.
No, both of those have a 30-year minimum.
Yeah, so up to life without parole.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, she is exactly effect. So, and that's, well, I didn't like that they have all the lesser included in the Cara Rentale case. So I would be a hypocrite saying I thought they should put it in this case, because then we get the compromise votes, and we don't like it when we think that that she should go absolutely free, and we wouldn't like it now if well, we would like it now because we think she's overcharged, but still, I have to be a man of principles and say I don't like it when they just have a list of lesser included, because then it just becomes a bingo playing until you find a lesser included you can agree on, other than guilty or not guilty, which should be the thing they're talking about.
They need to be educated more, because it's not like you have those papers in front of you and you have to find something to charge her with. Like, you do not. You don't. You can say, no, I don't agree with any of this. But I feel like too many people, it's all about justice for somebody, and they have to pick something most of the time. You know what I mean? So
yeah, because they won't give in on the big one or the low one, so they're just gonna kind of meet in the middle. Yeah, Helene T, I never tried remoulade in Germany. They eat a lot of curry ketchup. That's nasty. Denmark has a lot of remoulade.
I think if they had one flat out charge, it'd be a lot different, because
Yeah, if you just had at the binary, guilty, not guilty.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
but when you throw so many charges in there, and then you have to read what each one means and figure out if you believe that they really showed evidence for that, these juries don't do on any of that. It's all on emotion and how they feel.
We have a thing in Denmark called sausage mix. It's not really a mix. It's just fries with chopped up sausage that's been deep fried as well. I don't want to put curry ketchup on that. I hate it because it makes the French fries soggy.
What is curry ketchup?
It's ketchup with curry flavor.
I've never had curry. What does curry taste like? Is it like spicy?
How do you describe
you-
the flavor to someone who hasn't had it before?
I don't know what
Curry is a mixture of different different spices. It's not like the devil sauce at my favorite restaurant, Chiquiero Taco Bell.
I'm just realizing that we do not have the same flavor palette at all anyway, so you're not ever going to be able to explain it to me. It would have to be an American and be like, well, this one food. Yep, that's that. But I feel like it'd be a hard sell for you. So we're good. We're good.
A1 sauce. No, well, I wouldn't say chili. It's not that spicy. If you eat a curry, yeah, that could be very spicy. But the curry powder itself is just. We make a lot of where we put meatballs in a curry sauce and put it on rice. That's very exotic for a Dane. That's good, but I don't find it spicy. But of course, I'm used to the spice and hotness from Taco Bell, the authentic Mexican food. You were in Hamburg once, really good fish, but they put this sauce on it and it just gets like a zombie sauce mashed up. It wasn't tartar sauce. Tartar sauce is kind of like a white remoulade. But yeah, I was in Hamburg in 2019 the last time.
Oh man.
Yeah, try some Indian curry is an Indian. It's just like a spice mix, like a Tex-Mex mix or something.
Yeah,
It's just something you use over there.
That's the one kind of food I've never tried. It's Indian food.
Gravy on. I don't like soggy fries. I want my fries to have a crunch to it when I bite into it. Yeah, there's a little bit of cayenne in it, so there's a little heat to it, but it's not that bad. It's I like it. No, I don't have Taco Bell here, but I had. It was one of my finest moments in the great state of, I believe it was Delaware. We were just coming back home. We had crossed the bridge out of Washington D.C. and on the other side, on the right side, I remember it vivid as the day I did it. There was a Taco Bell restaurant, and the kids were screaming in the back seat, "Yeah quiero, yeah quiero," and I said, "Yes, kids, we'll try it. Taco Bell, the most Mexican of the Mexican things. Not even jalapenos or sombreros is as Mexican as Taco Bell." I can feel Iris is losing her mind.
Yeah, she's gonna head sub from you, she said.
It was
Don't make me head sub from you, Baker.
it was one of the worst fast food experiences I have ever had. It's so bad.
It is
Uh,
it is good when you're plastered in the middle of the night, but other than that,
no,
no.
when you're plastered in the middle of the night, you go to your local pizza guy and said, "Durum garlic chili, please." And then you find a cab home and you open it up, and it's a bread
Their experience.
wrapped around kebab meat and some salad and a lot of dressing, and you chow into it while you figure out, I'm going to sleep on the toilet or in my bed tonight, and then you leave half of it so you have your breakfast ready for when you wake up. Sometimes you sleep in it, but that's only if it's a good night out.
Yeah, well, ours was open till like 4 a.m, so it was like perfect timing. Nothing else was ever open, so it was always Taco Bell.
Well, I didn't really get the Montezuma's revenge from Taco Bell. I was just very, very, very annoyed when the chili sauce said, "Diablo strands, watch out," and it was so bad. It was it was just acid. I don't like it when it's just acid. I don't even know what a Mexican pizza is, but it sounds like it gives you the run.
It's just a hot mess of Mexican pizza. I don't know. Ground beef and tortillas and cheese.
Half of it used to be oatmeal, didn't I? A taco time. Well, if I ever go to the States again, I need to try all of the things again. And the Baconator. I would really love to try a McRib. We have never had a McRib in Denmark.
A McRib.
It's never it's never on the. I think it's because we eat a lot of what's known as a flæskesteg sandwich, which is kind of the same cut of meat, but it's we use that's our Christmas dinner. We use that flæskesteg, so we eat that a lot. So I think if they ever released it in Denmark, people would be, "You ruined our national dish." Everything at Subway smells and tastes like an aberration. Well, yeah. It's like a chili powder mix with a piece of white chalk. You don't have Waffle Houses in Minnesota, so late night Taco Bell was the best option.
Yeah, exactly. That was what we had too.
If Taco Bell actually gets your order right and put together properly, that is so good. Well, don't say that around Irish. She will beat you. You don't like curry. Flux, I like curry. My family haven't left Scandinavia for the since before America was a country. So you can't be whiter than I am. I'm not going to pull that one up. the beef was wood pulp. Well, we had was it in England they found out that they put horse meat in their lasagna, and people
Ew.
liked it. What are you supposed to do with dead horses? You can't make them all into soap.
I like to eat the normal animals. I don't like all these fancy animals.
Well, I hear everything about McRib is so great, and everyone is don't eat it.
Who have you heard this from?
The expert. I learned everything I know about the U.S. from the expert.
Because I don't know anyone who's ever said, please, you have to get a McRib. It's so amazing. Well, and now that you say it's the expert, I understand. I completely understand now.
Yeah, curries are really big in England. I believe chicken masala isn't even Indian. It's a British dish. But yeah, I once
I don't want, I just like chicken and beef and pork. Like, that's it.
have you ever had a kangaroo?
No, I don't want any of those things.
Did you have ostrich? That's good. It's a little gamey, but it's good.
Nope. My family were hunters and they always hunted deer, and I can't
You can hunt an ostrich, no
Can't-
problem.
taste of it. Too fancy for me.
I am not sure I want to know what a 4-pillow Chinese master method is. We have some horse and a lot of cured sausage. They're super yummy. Yeah, it's not as fat horse meat. No, I think chain restaurants always make the greatest and most authentic food. Do you like duck?
I've had too many ducks as pets and I can't do it.
Well,
I can't. Even though they are a-holes sometimes.
deer taste like the ground. I don't like sheep.
Somebody says deer tastes like the ground. My mom would try to she thought she was slick all the time. And I was like, I can
Hey,
tell
rabbit.
it's not beef, Mom.
Horse is also sweeter, so adding some lends to sweetness. Yeah, it's a lean, sweet meat. Yeah, no, those ducklings are clearly going on the farm with Chloe and Mr. Gutierrez.
No, he better not eat them. I'll be so mad.
I
No.
think the McRib was good the first year they did it. Then they gave up and went to flavorless. So once you get through the barbecue sauce, it's what I don't like barbecue sauce.
You didn't.
So-
Yeah, it's like a smashed up patty and barbecue sauce with some onions. It's not real ribs, if that's what you're thinking.
No, well, I would like it. I'll send you a picture of my Christmas dinners to see what it is. And if the goat farmer sent people over here, welcome all the goat farmers. Yeah, unbrossed Aussie, rabbit, coming in over from the goat farm. We are on verdict watch. Dave had to go listen to kids play Silent Night. I hate Christmas concerts at schools. I hate a lot of things tonight. We don't expect it's going to be a long wait because, there's been a lot of noise around this case. But talking about noise, hell.
Hey, Val.
Valhalla raid. Oh, I can send Valhalla an invite. He's probably he wants something fun to do now. He's been sitting there watching that boring trial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. No, I have never ate rabbit either. We had I used to be in 4-H, and I remember we went to one of the ladies' houses that does the 4-H stuff, and she had made little like rabbit like
Because they
leg,
play bad.
and I was so sad I cried. I wouldn't eat them.
I said below 2 hours. I see a bunch of racisms not hitting the like button. Baker had a wall. Just put the thumbs up, people. Yeah, I still have. Now I have 2 walls because of you, Brandon. And thank you so much for another generous super chat. And you're going right on the wall. We started
Val,
the day out with giving you a little prick, so you can have another one.
Val, are you planning on eating your ducks? Somebody said you're going to eat your ducks. That's mean.
Thank you so much, Brandon. I don't know if I can send McKinley, and I don't know. Do I have her as a contact on XD Baxty?
As contact. I know it's too. It's. I saw it again. Those animals are too fancy for me. Just give me some cheap beef turkey.
And talking about cheap beef. No. Oh, this is not Lefty. It's someone else. Over on Give Me a Corner Kiss, Iris has given me 3 corner kisses, saying that for Taco Bell, hope you get the runs. That's not nice. Thank you so much, Iris. You go on the wall as well. Brandon, did the sun set in the west? Yeah, Val is running a little late. He just need a little pick me up after his long stream. No, I thought I think I'm friends with her. Talk, Jimmy. I'm looking at something. Oh, there.
Chat. No, that's why I could never be on a farm, because I would never be able to eat any of the animals on the farm because they'd all be my pets. Once I name an animal, they're living forever. They're living a long, nice life with me.
Oh, McKinley is doing one thing. I just sent her an invite, so yeah. But so now I can start beef and said, oh, she's never coming on my channel when I ask her. No, it's fine. You said you like the lawyer's hair. Now imagine the Brits, barristers, and the wigs. I think that's stupid that they still have to wear that. Do you know what they're talking about, Jamie?
What? Who's talking about?
The wigs on the barristers.
Oh, yeah, like in the UK or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, white guy. Yeah. That's the weirdest thing in the world to me. Just why can't they just look normal? Why does it have to be that way? But
Up until how long ago was it? I think our judges were forced to start wearing robes in maybe the second year I was a layman. So 8 to 10 years ago, they were forced to wear. Before that, they could just, of course, they needed to have a presentable clothes on, but they could just wear civilian clothes in court. So yeah. I've had laying hens, meat birds, dogs, goats, and pigs. Pigs were named Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. They were delicious. Yeah.
I always thought it could be that way. And then my mom got a turkey and we had little goats when we were growing up, and I had rabbits, and people would be like, "You're gonna raise them for meat?" And I was like, no. So I don't know. I just couldn't do it.
Oh, Judge is back. And I really need a bio break. Is there a question?
Mr. Smith can get them.
That's an hour. Not an hour. Yeah, an hour.
Yeah, I don't think it's a verdict or anything.
Stand on your head and drink a glass of water. That helps with the hiccups.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from. It was just one.
Have you looked at Twitter if there was anything there?
Huh?
I haven't seen anything.
Brandon is saying D. Thank you, Brandon.
Nope, I don't see anything.
Only a D. Val would like that, but
So
FML.
there's a request to see Cameron Williams' video.
I do like
So
that.
there's some doubters in there. And another one saying Val.
Another.
And another one from Brandon saying Bangs. D-Val Bangs.
Okay, so while we have them here, they've also requested to see Officer Ryan Rich's body cam video and then Miss Payne's second 911 call. Pardon me?
I didn't hear who.
Miss Payne's second 911 call.
There are some doubters in there.
Well, it's either
Just let me know when you think you have it situated, AD Hunter.
because it sounds like they want to line it up. That's what I think.
You need the video? Oh, you have everything.
Because they want the body cam, the second 911 call, which is when all of it happens, and then the video. So either they're trying to show somebody else in the jury. It could go either way. Either we have people that have questions, or they're trying.
One time and then they go back. Once the 911 and once with the body cam.
Right. I mean, that's the request. And then I'll sort of gauge what time we break this evening.
Let's no matter how many times you asked me to make that. It's not going to happen. I like Baker. I like that a lot.
Did you see it?
I did. It was good.
Isn't that cute?
It was good. I like it.
I'm trying to keep up with. I owe Brandon 3 spots on the wall for saying D-Val male. D-Val Bangs male goats.
Male goats. Okay. Yep.
Again.
Well, you came on.
Go ahead.
You came at the precise right time. No questions. They wanted. If anyone didn't hear it, they wanted the video from the guy who drove by. they wanted the body cam from the interview at the car, and they wanted the second 911 call. That's what's happening at the car. And it's roughly an hour now, yeah. But, thank you so much, Brandon, for the three spots on the wall.
Yeah. No matter how much you pay me, Brandon, I'm not making that video. Not doing it.
I know a guy who could do it.
Which country is he in? Oh, he took out his earphones.
He's trying to sneaking board. It's so full. It's so
And
full
the
already.
last one, Brandon, you filled out another wall. So again, thank you so much for your generosity.
Outstanding. Join the chat. I was playing around with my cookie settings the other day. Now I got to re-sign in every time I log into anything. So I did something wrong.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
How was your trial today?
It was a short day, thankfully.
Anything changing? Anything interesting come up?
They had one witness on the stand all day today. It was an anesthesiologist, expert witness by the state. And there was basically we spent all day playing medical vocab words. It was a lot of fun.
No.
I do think though that it's probably going to end up being a negligent ending verdict. Yeah. Starting to lean that way.
Are they still planning on going for like a month?
I don't understand how, but apparently today was day 8. So, like 12 more to go.
Did you get to watch any of this at all?
No, I haven't got to watch anything the last few days. I missed her entire testimony. I got to see the first few days when my trial was, suffering from the vid.
Oh.
How'd she do on the stand?
Here we go.
Yeah, she did good, honestly. Yeah. Maybe. Well, no.
And Pete's Pony was the first one to go on the new Wall of Fame.
Winning.
With 5 Guinness membership to Anemieta, Helena T, Ace.
All right, so we're
Red
ready
Bull.
to bring them in?
A G
Okay. Bill, if Innes, could you
Thank you so
bring
much,
the jurors in,
Tony.
please?
And now I lost my. Oh, I forgot it. Thank you so much, Peach. Well, thank you for taking giving it its first prick. How your case doing, Val? Sorry, you came in right as Brandon filled my wall.
It's been a long day, and it was a short day. Yeah, it's been fun. Today we had a anesthesiologist expert for the state on stand the entire day, and he gave us a lesson in medical terminology all day today. So it was a lot of fun. It was a whole lot of fun, Baker. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I love expert. Did he use 45 minutes to tell you about his education?
I don't remember anymore, to be completely honest. It's been a long day, man.
I hate those days where I like it when you have 3-4 witnesses.
Right.
in an-
They were doing
in-
good for like the last 2 days. They were just rolling through witnesses, getting it going. It was a good flow. You had a good time to like take a break between witnesses. Today it was just droning on and on and on.
A guinea pig is really big in South America.
In Peru and in Argentina.
Yeah. You think that she's bringing them in? I thought she was bringing them in to show them the evidence.
Yeah, they're watching the video, I thought.
Yeah, because
You
how
may be
much?
seated.
It's 6 o'clock now.
So I see there's a request
Just
to
shy.
see the Cameron Williams video, so we're going to go ahead and play that for you now. Yes, sir.
Is it possible to, yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Is it possible to slow the video down? And we don't have IT at this time, so, we'll just play it the way that we can.
Oh, we actually get to watch it?
Hope we do. Yeah.
Hey! Hey, hell no! Two more times.
I just want to make sure the record's clear. If jurors requesting to play it again, is that okay?
That's, any objection?
I would refer to the rules of the court and how they address that. I'm not a judge, so I don't know, but I think the rules state whether they can or cannot.
I'm going to allow it to be played again.
Of
Of
course you do.
course. Of course.
And
Hey! Hey, hell no!
And that,
was the thing I was about to ask Donna T, because I
Is
got a
that
corner kiss from someone who
wanted
wanted to be
to
next to Peach Peony, and it
see?
just says someone. But I'm going to put Donna T down
Yes.
for it.
Okay, so there's a request to see it one more time, so please go ahead.
So she's going to just play it 3 times instead of 1.
Oh, not fast enough. Sorry, I did it. Sorry, not fast enough.
Oh. Proceed.
Is that sufficient? Okay. You also asked to see.
Donna T, you get to be next to Peach Pony.
Okay. Do we have that?
This guy says they shot him a 41 right there, and I think he pulled out a 69 and shot at the other guy.
Yeah, that's the juror shorting pause. Well, I wouldn't say it's prejudicial, because normally in other cases they just bring back a video player or a computer so they can play it at their own leisure in the room. But the MG says, so just gonna keep playing it over and over, huh? I'm thinking the defense comment about replay likely means it's gonna be played only once. Yeah, but normally they're giving a DVD player on a computer and and takes it back. It's just because this room has less IT knowledge than I do. So yeah, but to me, in the courtroom, it seems improper, especially him yelling out, "Stop!" Yeah, his face is visible in the frame. You could clearly see his face.
I
But
thought it entered on the right side and went out the back.
yeah, but that's what we were talking about. He has to be like this. But again, she's a righty. So and she, during her testimony, she said he was pulling at it and pulling it into the car.
So okay, I see
And then
it.
it could happen because she said he twisted it.
One, the projectile didn't leave the firearm, correct? The spent casing was still stuck in the barrel.
Yeah, she didn't pick up the shell because it didn't cycle. Well, maybe it, but I don't know if it's the shell or she says it's a mobile phone she drops.
I was gonna say, if there's a spent casing cartridge in the slide, then she couldn't have picked it up, right? It never came out of the firearm.
Yeah, but
And the only way that would have happened is either a faulty mechanical operation of the firearm, or he had his hand on it. He had a hold of it. That's the only two options there are.
Yeah. It went in the right and came out back left. He tried to grab and pull and twist it, and he shot himself. That's her testimony.
It seems likely.
And again, the thing she bends down for is, according to her testimony, her phone, according to the state, the spent casing. But again, it didn't recycle because she claims he was grabbing the slide, so it couldn't recycle. And if it can't recycle, it can't eject.
Correct.
So yeah, shell was found in his car. It was her phone she picked up when she dropped during the 911.
The shell was in his truck. I thought it was in the pew still.
This is a goat herding question. Translation.
F around and find out.
Well, Valhalla's first expert testimony would be never be that close to someone when you need to use a pew stick.
1000%.
Well, there was a struggle. So I too believe that we heard that it couldn't recycle.
I'm pretty sure I heard that.
Really evidence. You can't open the door.
That's exactly what it means.
Well, they don't have an explanation because she has no toxicology and no indications of being diabetic, being in an insulin shock. Giggity.
Mhm.
Sorry, I worded it wrong. There was nothing on the toxicology or on the test for sugar imbalances.
Well, he would absolutely have to have medical care if he was diabetic. Like that would be
Yeah.
documented somewhere.
She was on the phone with the 911 when it happened. He was a diabetic, but it's not proven that he was an insulin shot.
So he was a diabetic, 100%.
He was a diabetic, so the needles are from his insulin.
Hey, sir, stay with me, okay? Can you talk to me now? Hey, so we got a name? You about to go, dude. Sir, can you grab
Yeah,
the-
just stay away.
No, we don't have any invoice down. Hey, so stay with me. Yeah. You see how long I do? She stopped. Anyway, they called her.
No, yeah, his sister told us he was diabetic, but couldn't tell us about how to do it. I still think they overcharged her, yeah.
What are the charges?
Malice or felony unaliving. And I can see it's premeditated. I can see manslaughter, maybe. Because it's an accidental.
Malice seems a bit much.
Yeah, he is alive. I'm just gonna do as I normally do, because if he's gonna, I try not to show unalive people. Yeah, that's the malice problem with me.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Well, it's false imprisonment, felony murder, malice murder, and then the rest are gun charges. So
Yeah.
8.
But she had a concealed carry.
Yeah. Recently acquired. I think we can be in for a little bit of a longer run now. The jury is asking questions, especially because of the assertive way that guy said pause. If he's on a I doubt it side, she has a very good ally in the room. Because that voice was someone who wasn't watching. If he was just saying pause to go back and tell them, you can clearly see she did it, then she's in trouble. Well, I am watching a murder trial, but I normally don't try show people. It's a thing I do. I know other people's are willing to show it, but I just don't like to do it. I know people complain about it, but there is so many other channels who would gladly show it.
Well, they're
I
just
just try to show a little bit of dignity to people who is stopping with their breathing.
they're not missing anything. They're just
No, he's you can just see his shirt, but we can go back, Brandon. Is it the part where at the car you want to go back to? I can find that.
yeah. I don't. The charges: malice, murder. Well, because if you're someone, then felony murder, and they die, then it's felony murder automatically. That's kind of where those two come together.
And you have a point there. If she had the right to detain him, then the
Exactly.
wrongful imprisonment shouldn't be an issue.
Exactly. And I
Yeah,
agree,
and she did have that.
but they didn't talk about that. So I wonder if there's some kind of motion where they weren't allowed to bring it up.
Go ahead.
Is it possible to?
I appreciate it.
Yes.
It was really good.
Thank you.
I was actually pleasantly surprised. Like, oh, wow.
Oh,
I don't like it. I never like anything I paint, but it's what it is.
And play that for you
It's a
now.
personal issue.
Yes.
Is it possible to, yes.
I need a beer. I'll be right back, y'all.
Wait, is it possible to slow the video down? And we don't have IT at this time, so, we'll just play it the way that we can.
Oh, it was a long day.
there's some trial streaming fun.
Hey! Hey, hell no!
Jimmy James, thank you so much. And just like Valhalla's picture, I don't know why people like what we do, but I like it.
I just want to make sure the record's clear. Jurors requesting don't play it again. Is that okay?
That
I believe we heard one of the mornings, was it the second or first day, they talked about a pretrial motion about, it was a little wishy-washy, but I think it was the citizen's arrest part wasn't allowed in.
How is that possible?
I'm not a lawyer.
If
This
that-
judge is the worst judge ever.
Well, she definitely seems to be a little biased. I'll give her that.
Yeah. She's from the islands. Yeah,
If
and
they-
I it's totally understandable, Ike, and I just showed you what the lead up to it here, but I just think when you get in close and personal, just like the D-Lee case, where you see the guy falls over and see him move his arm the last 2 times. Yeah. So, yeah. Brandon, do you want to see it again, or should we just do the sub thing?
any objection?
I would agree. Terms of the rules.
You can't really see anything. Can someone slow down and enhance like the defense expert should? No, I can't do it live. No, you can't see. What you can see is she's clearly dragging her arm back.
Because you hear the pop and she's pulling out.
Yeah, but is it because the gun goes off? Is it because he had her gun? We can't tell. This is pure speculation. So it's hard for me to say what the video shows.
Defense attorney is not happy.
Well, maybe your next excellent painting could be of Huey, Dewey, and Louie as they experience their first Christmas.
Aww.
That's such a good avatar, X-Comer. It's so good.
Okay, so he's going west. Down Parkway. Okay, so you couldn't get a tag number? No, but I'm catching up to him right now. Okay, ma'am, we actually do not want you to chase him. We just want you to be safe.
American Dreamer, yes, we're caught up now. They are listening to the second 911 call.
And to get the tag number, if nothing else.
Are those her parents behind her?
But I'm
No,
going
yeah,
west,
yeah.
so-
Thank you so much, X-Comer.
And we almost up to him. I mean, his radiator is busted and everything. Quite honestly, I have no idea how he's driving this truck.
Is that her on the phone?
Yeah.
She's on the phone with 911.
This is before all of it happens. Right
What
before.
happened now?
Okay.
I'm going to do a bio break.
It is a Georgia Pass. License plate is R8A as in Apple, 4859. Okay. So
Later, Peter A.
if you can go back to that location where the incident happened, it's because someone is actually on the way to you guys now. Okay, well, there's a police officer there, but he is drunk. I'm sorry, but I'm here to tell you I'm not gonna follow him. Because he is going to cause another accident. So I'm gonna stay behind him until an officer can get to us. But until then, I'm not moving. Yeah, no, that's what I want. I want you guys to go back to the location where it happened.
See, she did say it.
Momentarily, okay?
They were harping on that, and I heard it.
They wanted her to go back to the original location.
Well, does she not say, I want you guys to go back to the original location? Oh.
Ma'am.
Not yet, MLS. Jury wanted to watch some videos.
Ma'am! Yes. Ma'am! He just pulled the trigger of my gun in my hand while he was... Ma'am, you were not supposed to follow him. He hit my car! Okay, you got the tag number. There's a police officer down the street. Tell them to come up here now. He pulled the trigger on my gun after he attacked me. Tell the police officer to turn around from the 285 entrance and come up here immediately. And now we need paramedics.
See, she said it.
Oh, he ain't.
So much lies.
Can you say what happened? Okay, ma'am, where are you guys located now? Ma'am. I don't know. I did. No, I don't. Okay, ma'am. There's a police officer here now. Okay, speak with them. All right.
Okay, so those were the requests for the videos and the 911 call. It's now 6:15. I can adjourn for the evening and ask that you come back tomorrow at 9 to deliberate. Are you willing to stay? Okay, all right. I'll give you some more time.
Ooh, the jury wanted to go back.
Let me go back to the jury.
Yeah, that's yeah. Stace, you can get all the polls. What poll should I ask, Stace? If what the jury will find her? Oh, that's the wrong one.
Oh, Dad is tore up.
Yeah, it's a minimum of 30 years.
I would like to raise an objection to the way it's played. My understanding the rules say that any evidence that's brought back out must be played the exact same way it was, with no commentary, the way it was presented in court. slow it down is improper in my humble opinion. It's not supposed to be that way based on the rules that say when they come out and ask to see something, it must be seen the same way they saw it in court. And that was slowed down, that was repeated, and that's not the way we should have.
Okay, and your response from the state?
Judge, I think what's in evidence is in evidence. They can view it the way that they choose to view it. It was not slowed down. It was played at the same speed.
It was paused.
That's what the jurors requested. They have 15 still shots of where the video was paused. So they already have pictures of it paused that are in evidence. So
Then why didn't they rely on those?
To view the video evidence, I don't see anything inappropriate.
Like I said, I'm going by what my opinion of the rules are, and it says that they're supposed to be presented to them with no commentary in the exact same way it was done in court.
So I note the objection for the record.
I'm gonna
What
rule
the
it.
court saw was that it was not slowed down. There were times where they asked that it be paused, and that was paused, and it's a replication of what occurred before, except for the pauses, but that was their request for them. And in terms of seeking the truth, that's part of what we instructed them to do, which is to seek the truth. They asked to seek
That's
the
such a
truth. So the court,
BS answer. Then they should be allowed to ask all the questions during the trial when people are understand.
Okay, so
If
I'm
it's to
giving them
seek the
some more
truth.
time to deliberate, because that is their request. They're prepared to spend some more time. And so at an appropriate time.
The
when
poll reads,
I feel
what
that I
verdict?
should
The top answer is guilty on all
adjourn for
charges,
the evening.
guilty on
Yeah,
malice only,
52%.
or not
If
guilty.
there are other questions that they present to the court, then I will let you know. Thank you.
Katie, they have been going for roughly 90 minutes. They had just spent like half an hour watching the video from the guy driving by, the video from the body cam of the officer, and heard the second 911 call again.
I got you, Flux. I got you.
It's I think YouTube has just updated something again, because there's been all of this. When I went into a stream and liked it, it was stuck at 7 likes. We had it yesterday here where when I was watching, I have the back end. I can see now I have 83 likes. So half of you, almost half of you have liked the stream. But if I went in on my other account, last week I would see like maybe 7, and that's normally because YouTube is doing something to upgrade the system. Then the numbers don't add up, and you will see that somebody has 0 viewers, but you can see chat going and stuff like that. So
It's been like this for like 2 weeks. They did it some update, and Android users, it all went to crap.
Lateral over on Rumble, left and missed the jury question. Dang it. Is anyone kind enough to give me a quick update? Of course I am. Like I just said to Katie, they wanted to see the video of the passerby who saw where you see it, you hear the pew-pewing and see her pull her arm back. Then you had the first responder coming by, see him going into the car and holding the decedent, and then we reheard the 911 call. That was the questions, or it was just asked to see the evidence. And I don't know if this has anything to do with anything, but one of my snoops found something.
Snoops.
Yeah, this could be why someone ran from the scene.
Ooh.
Improper transfer tax, driving under, driving while suspended, and no proof of insurance.
When was the date on this?
That's what I figured. I assumed
It's an old one. It's from 2010, but maybe he's not a big fan of sticking around after being in an accident.
Yeah.
It's just one of my Snoops sent it to me. Thank you so much, Snoop. I only found your channel just now because YouTube recommended it. Well, maybe because I'm a member of Recovery Addict. I sent some. I redirected into Recovery Addict the last week, so it can be because our algorithms match up. But welcome, and please participate as much as possible in chat. We like new people, we like old people, we like everyone participating. That's the decedent, but it was 2010, so it was 9 years before. But it could be.
That seems like I don't know. Seems like a stretch to relate.
Yeah, well, maybe he was just not a fan of the police.
Who is really?
I am, because I live in a socialist paradise.
Where the state is always correct.
A subscriber. No, we well, I had a friend once. Well, let's just say he wasn't the smartest guy. He was driving, and then he got pulled over, and the police asked him, "How the hell are you? Why are you driving like that?" "Well, I saw you in your rear mirror, and I got a little scared." And they said, "We've been following you for the last 5 kilometers. You drive like shit. We thought you didn't have a license." Well, okay, yeah. It was the same guy who had a bus stop outside of his house and didn't pull the curtains when he spent some time in his refractory period and didn't know the bus schedule. So one time he looked up and the bus stopped right outside.
Jesus.
That's stupid. Well,
that is stupid.
He had the biggest head. We thought he had water in his head or whatever you call it. It was big as a melon.
How are the turtles doing?
Great. They're doing great. It's weird though, right? So they used to be in a 40-gallon because I got them when they're like literally the size of a quarter. So I put them in a 40-gallon and they would swim all over the place in this 40-gallon tank. They got to the point where like they were too big for the tank. Obviously, 2 of these turtles is too big for a 40-gallon tank. So I built this 125 for them with lots of swimming room. They don't swim at all. They each stay in their separate corners and just sit there all the time. There's no swimming around. There's no exploring. They're weird.
They're so cute.
I don't understand it.
We have close by. We have some duck ponds from it's old, from watermill time. They have some ponds, and they released a few of those. What's it, swamp turtle, or what you call the little one with the red markings in the face.
Okay.
And when you walk by, you see the ducks swimming around, and they're just sitting in the sunlight. They're such a weird creature.
They're cool. I like them. It is 201.25. How dare you doubt me, Brandon? How dare you?
Teenage Mutant Salmonella Turtles. Exactly.
Turtles are cool.
I was just surprised when I heard that they were so filled with salmonella that you couldn't even touch them when they're dead.
Well, you can touch them. You just gotta wash your hands. All reptiles carry salmonella. All of them. Just like all birds have the ability to carry salmonella. It's just a matter of cleanliness. No, my turtles are they're pink-bellied side neck turtles. They're native to Australia and Papua New Guinea. They're cool. They're cool.
I had to look that up because I didn't know what that was, but that is, I like the little, because they don't put their little heads in their shells.
Correct.
Put it
They're
to
from
the
the,
side.
they're from the southern hemisphere where they take their heads to the side under the top of their shells.
Well, welcome, Debs, and we must be hitting something right in the algorithm. All my videos get demonetized, so I don't know why, but I see a lot of new faces here, and I'm happy to see each and every one of you because we try to make it a little lighthearted, a little fun, a big proponent of chat interactions, and we tell crazy stories while we wait for verdicts. So you're welcome to participate or just listen when we're talking about turtles or when Nick is. Well, I won't bring up what Nick wrote earlier, but if you break Mo, you did something good.
Yeah. That's
Uh,
too hard cookie to crack.
Oh, and Rabbit gifted 5 memberships, so
That's
she's
'cause
going on
Rabbit's
the wall.
awesome. Rabbit's
And those,
awesome.
yeah, Rabbit is the sweetest.
Oh God.
She and Iris is just everywhere, modding for everyone. They're so selflessly. It's so nice. And Rabbit gave memberships to Wallstrom, Jimmy James, X-Comer, Nicholas Starrow, and Shawfoss.
Outstanding. Welcome, y'all.
Yeah.
So
Welcome.
she's going on the wall and
Hi.
talking about
Cream pies? Yay.
What?
a little cream pie.
They're little cream pies.
Yeah, and talking about people who should go on the wall.
I really like to blow the guy. Yeah. It's when you're running hard.
I'm a little cream
blow the
pie.
guy.
Dave's a little cream pie, short and stout.
Hello. What did I miss? Did I get a verdict yet?
Not yet.
They just watched the videos they wanted to watch and then they went back.
I was
the
thinking
audio
the judge
go
could be like, okay, you watched the videos, now go home.
Well, she did.
Thank
She
you, Rabbit.
offered it. And then they were like, no, we want to go back. So
They want to be done with this tonight.
you think so?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's why
Yeah.
they went.
I think they're going to see, she was lying because she said this and that is that. And
Actually, the stuff I was rehearing, the prosecution was lying. So, and the witnesses were lying. So, yeah. But that's just me.
Get him, Jamie.
all right.
They were because
I hope so. I hope so. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm really, really wrong. But I just have
what did she lie about, Dave?
no.
I don't
I don't
know.
think
I'm
she
not-
lied about anything.
Okay.
I think the prosecutor lied, but I think the jury's going to believe the prosecutor over her, and I believe the witnesses. Whether or not they intentionally lied, they definitely inferred a lot of things that they really couldn't see and actually be a
Good night,
witness.
Rabbit, and thank you for the memberships.
Good night,
yeah,
Rabbit.
that's what I meant. Like, let me retract my statement. Not lied, but embellished, because there was a lot of the statements that they said she said at the moments in time were not in. They weren't correct, because they said that she shot him and then said, now you need an ambulance, like right away, and that is not what happened at all.
Yeah, that's not what she said. Yeah, she was literally on the phone asking the 911 to send an ambulance.
But she she picked the phone back up and was saying a lot of other things before that too. So it was like,
Well, yeah.
but
yeah, the way it came off from the witness was, yeah, she shot him and said, see, now you need an ambulance.
Yep.
But that's not what actually happened.
That's not what actually happened at all. And then the dispatcher call, when she said that she interpreted what the lady said of like, you guys need to go back to the scene. She said that, and they were arguing like that was not what she said, but she did say that, So I mean, it doesn't really mean anything really in retrospect.
The secretary in Monsters, Inc.
Yeah. But she did say that, and I was like, okay, she did say that. And you could have interpreted it that way, but still, I know.
Yeah, and Kim, you missed that the jury asked for the passerby video, the first responder video, and the last 911 call. And Dave, you're kind of a lawyer.
Kinda.
If
I
they
play
are
one on YouTube.
when they're put back into the courtroom and asked to see the video, how would your response have been when they're shown the video and said, "Can we pause it? Pause, and they do that and ask for it to be slowed down?
Yeah, what do you think about
Well,
that?
I think I think the toothpaste is out of the tube with that because they've already taken stills of the video and they presented stills.
That was the
So I think your
prosecutor's
argument should.
argument.
Yeah, that's what the judge said as well. But MG is saying you have to present it as it was presented in court, as I understood MG.
Well, yes, that's true. That's kind of what I mean. Like, I don't like the idea of pausing things. I like the idea of seeing them in real time, especially when you're talking about a self-defense thing. But the toothpaste is already out of the tube, and that they took stills and presented it as stills in court already. So, yeah, MG is right in that it should be presented the same way. Although I never agree with that. It should be presented as it was witnessed by the participants.
Mm-hmm.
They also
Julie,
played the video like 4 times in a row.
Yeah, and Julie Weaver, why she didn't take the plea deal? Well, she's looking at 30 to life if she's found guilty in one of the first 2, and their offer were 30 to life. Well, she can get life without possibility. So it's a crapshoot. She's going away for a long time, no matter what.
It was not a good offer.
The plea deal was life with parole. I mean,
which is not a good offer.
Not a good offer.
No, had they said 30 years?
No,
with
they said
parole,
life with parole.
Yeah, had they said.
Yeah.
Oh, had they said? Gotcha.
Yeah.
You gotta listen, Jamie.
Sorry.
So should I? I saw my verdict watch stream set for 7. Although I'm not going to make it there at 7. Should I just pull it down? Are you going to go the hall here until the jury goes home, or what's your thoughts?
What time is it now? It's 6:30.
6:33. Yeah.
I won't be up and running probably till closer to 7:30.
It sounded like the judge wanted them out of there. So, but they wanted to go back. I don't think they're gonna go back for. Well, I have no plans for tomorrow. So.
All right. Well, my stream is just gonna sit there for now, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, and if you come back, you can just tell me. Then I can redirect again.
Yeah, y'all been playing ping pong with this trial all day, huh?
Yeah,
we have.
We like to.
You know what? This is one of the benefits of being being associated with Baker and myself, is that no matter what, you get total trial coverage.
If it's one or the other.
That's why you shouldn't only be a member of. But can I just say, most times, if Dave isn't waiting for you, I will redirect you to this handsome stud of a man, Valhalla. So it's also beneficial to you to sub up to that guy, because no matter what, one of us will always be doing something on some channel somewhere. So follow us, all of us, and you will always have some kind of coverage. Or maybe I will be baking, Valhalla will be painting, or Dave, he will be.
I'll be playing with squirrels.
I really like to blow the guy. Yeah. When you're running hard, you blow the guy.
Or something else.
It's a very true statement. You guys just don't.
Yeah.
You're missing the context.
I'm so excited for this Saturday. I'm so excited for this stream on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Oh, by the way, so the quality individuals that live in Denmark are taking 28 days to send me the pieces I need. So I had to order a different set.
Fair. That's okay though. That just means you got one on
doing the orchid.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. I like that one a lot.
Yeah. I saw a Gosney build, but I saw you have one, so I'm going to do one.
The orchid is really cool.
And for those of you who are new here, Mr. Valhalla and Mr. Dave are doing Lego streams, and they often bring on a guest. I have been on twice. They had the expert on once as well. They tried to have Ricada on, but he had a family problem that night. Then you
He'll be on.
He'll be on at some point. Then you had
Steph, the author nerd.
We've had
Steph
Steve
also, yeah.
Gosney.
Steve
Steve
Gosney,
Gosney was
and
on
on Saturday it will be Mr.
Joe-
New York himself, Joe Goodlogic.
Joe
And
from
Wendy
Good
will
Luck.
probably be toastmastering.
Yes, Wendy will be there.
Yeah.
As long as she finds her laptop.
As long as she doesn't leave her laptop on the other side of the country on accident.
And
She'll
I
be
like
there.
Sean too at some point. I love Sean.
Yeah, Sean wants
Oh,
to come on,
potentially
potentially criminal.
Yeah.
We've got
And, Danny on Direct showed some interest. the
Danny
other
on
night.
Direct wants to come on. Yep. Brandy
got some-
Churchwell also showed some interest.
That's true. That's true.
We got a lot of people.
Yeah, I think this Lego show, stream, whatever you want to call it, I think it's building momentum, y'all.
Everyone wants to build Legos with you and I.
It's a good
I
show.
think one of the things people like on YouTube's are these laid back where it's informative, but it's in a casual setting, and they can still charge them with lesser charges because the charges have been brought now, and that's I hate it in other cases when they bring lesser charges because I see them as an easy way out for a hung jury, but they can't plead her down now, or they have the two different types of murder.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that the
How dare you, Flux?
usually, like, if you have a sort of if you have a bad defense case, you want the lesser charges because you want that middle ground for the jury. But the state doesn't want it because they think they're going to get an easy conviction. And so it's always a weird, tough balance.
Yeah, but we saw in the Rintala case, and we both, Jamie and I think, are 100% sure she was found guilty in the least amount she could be because they have some holdouts that they convinced. And that's when I
that was a bad case for a lesser charge.
That was
Yeah.
definitely
Because it didn't make sense with the facts in the first place. It shouldn't have been there.
Which case are you talking about?
the Kara,
The lesbian, the corner kissers.
corner kisser, lesbian. The
Talking
woman-
about corner kisses, this is the perfect segment. Mimsy just gave 5 Baker's memberships. That wasn't a good segment at all. It should have been corner kisses because I wrote corner kisses because you said it. It was memberships. And those 5 memberships went to Wrestler's mom. Oh, well, I found something on my wish list.
Ooh, I can read them.
A wrestler's mom is on your wish list?
No, no, she's not. Watchdog, END, KK Goons, and Vodka Blood. Cool name.
No,
And Mimsy, when I pull this off, Mimsy goes on the wall. Don't mind that I put corner kisses on before because people talked about it. But thank you so much.
See how much better he reads than you, David.
It's because I
Yeah, I'm
speak
okay with
perfect
it.
English.
Jung, apparently, Baker, when you come to the U.S., Jung wants to give you a corner kiss.
Well, I was actually talking about how I ever have the possibility to fund this trip because a lot of people are pulling my arm and say, why don't you come to Connecticut? Why don't you come to Alaska? Why don't you come to Hawaii? And I said, how should I ever finance it? And people, I suggested making a corner kiss booth at Dollywood. For those of you who are new here, I'm going to the US probably in May and meeting up with all of the fine people around this community.
We are making a May Dollywood field trip happen, y'all. It's going to be a blast. I don't remember the dates off the top of my head, but Baker's coming.
It's like the week of the 13th.
17th of May.
Is that it?
And it's going to be Bakerwood or bust.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. It's my attempt at AI.
Did I show
I
you?
told AI to draw me a picture of Dingle, the Danish baker, and they didn't come out too well.
Dingle.
Oh, yeah, I should go to Boston for the Karen Reed case. Well, I can actually...
Careful, you might get arrested.
Yeah,
I want to go there right now.
We'll need to meet in Vegas. Well, I'll need to do more than just corner kisses if I have to stump up that kind of money.
The
Vegas
special
is
kind of
safer
corner
than Boston.
kisses.
Jessica, I spent 2 weeks in Illinois back in '95, so I've been to Illinois.
You went to
I
prom.
went to prom in Illinois. So if
They
you
don't
were
have prom in Denmark, do they?
no, because when we celebrate us stopping going to school, we just get drunk and ride a truck around. Yeah, I should.
Baker,
shout
my
to
wife
the
wanted me to
corner
ask you like 2 days ago whether or not you saw some weird Danish thing that she was shouting in your chat. It was Sunday. Something about Advent. I don't know.
Yeah, she said happy second of Advent. It's because we light candles on the four Advents, 4 Sundays up till to Christmas Eve. That's called 4
Lutherans
days
do
of
that
Advent.
too.
Yeah, so and I said thank you. I thought it was her because so I said thank you in Danish. Jimmy James, then you should come to
it wasn't
Dollywood
me.
with us.
Have I showed you this yet, Baker?
Yeah, you showed me the other day. That's
Okay.
why I got interested in AI because
That is so cool.
Y'all, so I full credit to Wolfkinder 3. All right. She sent me like 8 of these images. And this is the one that I've shown everybody. But there's 8 of these images that are all a dreaded Viking with a bunch of little goats around them. And I think I'm gonna make them into something some kind of merch. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do yet, but they're it's on the back burner. And if you know anything about me, that means it'll take months and months and months. But it's exciting. They're cool, and Wolfkinder really came through on this one.
I kind of want to color that one.
I know.
I was thinking a coloring book originally. That was my original idea, was to make a coloring book and run with it. But it
I
might
could
even
do an
be
AI generated coloring book for all the trials that I've covered.
I was thinking about adding other YouTubers to the coloring book even. We'll discuss. We'll discuss.
Yeah, that's why I got into the AI to try and make because I have my crappy painting, crappy drawings I do, but I thought maybe my crazy mind and AI could make something people really could draw on, and that's why because Jung didn't like my coffee and cream pie cup I have in my merch store, so I made a little female muffin tub.
That's awesome.
So,
I like that. Looks like Jung.
Yeah, it looks a little bit, but I like Jung. Nick and Dave will be releasing a Jody Arias coloring book this spring with photos from the trial.
Yikes.
Must be depending on the color that you use, it's either a roast beef sandwich or.
Oh God.
Oh goodness. Goodness.
You know what? That's a good idea, though, Nick. We're definitely doing that.
Yeah, I thought it was just something for you. Well, maybe stocking. I'm not sticking stuffer. Yeah, you changed it. The judge just asked them if they wanted to go home, and they said, no, we want to go back. So probably not that late.
Can't be too much longer.
But
well, they probably
I don't know where Pecatonica was.
Did
Jessica,
you really?
When I was in Geneseo, it was very small. I think it was like maybe less than 2,000 people. But it was fun to visit people. Very nice people. Close to the border to Iowa.
Over by the Quad Cities?
Exactly. It was the first time I found out how big the U.S. was because I had to go rent a tuxedo. I never wore one of those in my life. And they said, well, we're just going to pick you up, and because my sister was studying abroad, brought me over, and I had to go on prom with the basketball player. Yeah. with my 6'10", 5'10". I was I had a lot of boob in my eyes that night, but
Baker, you don't like women that are taller than you?
He went to
I didn't
prom
say
with
I
one.
didn't like it. I just said I was looking into a pair of boobs, which isn't a bad view. But there's a little bit of a height difference because I'm built for farm work, and I think we drove like 45 minutes. And in Denmark, if you drive 45 minutes, you've been going somewhere, and it was just to the nearest bigger city. I was
Yep.
like, holy!
Yeah,
And then we
exactly what it is.
and then we drove to Memphis the week after, and that was 16 hours driving.
Yep.
Yeah.
John, as soon as I'm not caught up in covering trials at 0:46 at 12:46 at night, I'll do a little more merch product placement, merch development is the word I'm looking for.
I'm in Tennessee, Baker, and for me to drive to Memphis, it would take 6 hours and 13 minutes.
Yeah, I can drive to Copenhagen in less than 2 hours, and I can drive to Hamburg, one of the bigger cities in Germany, in 2.5 hours.
Daniel D.
You know, it only takes me 9 hours to drive from paradise to hell.
That's interesting. That's good.
Well,
I like
Michigan has paradise and hell. both
Yeah,
sides.
yeah. All you guys that are talking about Illinois towns, I'm from Illinois originally. I know exactly where you guys are talking about. Elgin, Daniel D. Elgin is like a half hour from where I graduated high school.
I think I know Elgin. Oh, I just started streaming. That's nice of me.
I gotta go. I gotta go milk some horses. I'll be back.
Remember,
later.
the girls this time, Dave, the girls.
But I only have a boy.
That's unfortunate for you. Oh, that's fun.
Wait, what's the horse's name?
Lancelot.
Lance, right? Lance.
Lancelot.
Oh,
Is it? Oh.
Yeah,
Nope.
we have he has a horse named Lancelot, and I have a
Yes.
donkey named Lancelot.
Yep, Sir Lancelot.
Sir Lancelot, the
Sir-
protectors of the realm. I have Sir Lancelot and King Arthur. Those are my two donkeys. The protectors of the realm.
You have donkeys too?
How do you not know this? Have you ever looked at my videos ever, Jamie?
Yes, I saw your pigs
Jesus.
and your goats.
I'm offended now.
Donkeys.
I'm offended.
I don't remember seeing donkeys. What
Yeah.
are their names?
Lancelot and Arthur.
Oh,
They're the protectors of the realm.
God dang it. Now I gotta open your page right now. Are they on there for real?
Yes.
Well, sorry.
It's either in videos or shorts, but there's definitely videos of them.
I've seen all the goats for sure. I just never seen donkeys. Oh,
I lived in Rockford for about a decade, Jessica B. That's where I met my wife.
it's so weird sometimes when you're sitting, especially when America is so vast.
Right?
It would be like me sitting in. Well, I have sat in beach in Spain because we kind of stick to the same towns when we drink. But walking down the street of Rome and just meeting someone I went to school with. Well, I actually did it in Paris. I was going. You can go under the Champs-Élysées to the Arc de Triomphe, and in the tunnel under the street, a guy I played soccer with was just coming the opposite way. How the F did that happen? But that's the world isn't as big as you think.
I was just about to say, it really is a small world, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Well,
put
I-
Mrs. Valhalla's channel in chat. She has less videos and has a
There
video
they
of the
are.
donkeys.
It was like your first video ever. I don't remember going back that far if I did or not. There they are. They're so cute.
Naperville? How old are you, Nate? There was a 16 and up club in Naperville. I can't remember what it was called, but I remember going there when we were still in high school, thinking we were the coolest people on the planet.
A 16 and up club.
Oh yeah, it was bad news. It had bad news written all over it.
Oh, those are terrible to have.
Yeah, it didn't sound good.
Well,
38. So you know what I'm talking about. What was that club? What was the name of that club?
What?
Oh, what was the name of that club? It was something horrible.
it's always something horrible. They're all, yeah. You're just sitting there thinking, how did they come up with that name?
Who would ever want to go to a
Zero gravity? Yes.
Think about it though.
That's exactly what it was.
Would you ever want to be in a 16 and up club? Like,
It
what
was
if
such a bad idea. They served alcohol. They had, you could be 21 and they're partying with these high school kids. It was such a bad idea.
It's so stupid.
We had when my kids live in another roughly same size town as we live, and in my town you have one bar where all the kids go because that's the place to hang out there. And then when it turns 12 or midnight, they're thrown out, so you have to be 18 to be there after that. But my kids, they went to concerts in real discos as 16-year-olds, and I said, do you get thrown out? Yeah, technically you're supposed to leave, but you're in, and you have to get a certain kind of armband, so you can't buy drinks. But the 18-year-old next to you can buy the drinks for you. So what does it help?
Yeah.
It's just stupid.
Oh yeah. They used to do stamps at the one that we went to. And you know how easy it was to like get it a little bit wet and then stamp it on each other's hands? And then nobody was the wiser. So it was a dumb idea.
It was so
we found out if you're really fast when you got the stamp, just lick it and then you could transfer it to one of your friends.
Like,
blue ink is easier to transfer than black ink, also, by the way.
Yeah.
It's
Speaking of donkeys, mine are throwing a fit right now, trying to break my spray rig because I'm late. Oh. Get out to those donkeys.
Hilarious.
Oh.
For real.
Pudge is good. Pudge hangs out on the deck almost all day. She doesn't do anything that a barn cat's supposed to. She just sits on the chair on the deck and waits for somebody to come outside and pet on her. She's a little shit.
Be
right back.
We didn't sneak alcohol in, but it was kind of a thing when you turned 18, because then that's when you legally can go to clubs in Denmark. We would often gift someone a case of beer, wrap it up like a big present, and then bring it in, because then we get drunk at that later when normally you had the nightclub from like 7 till 10 or 11, then they let people in. But then you had that case of beer and you hadn't unwrapped that present, and you just sat in a corner and got drunk on instead of paying for the full price.
Yeah.
So you were old enough that you got into clubs legally. I was in the 8th grade when I went to a disco or a club the first time. That was the first time I saw a guy get stumped in the nether regions with a stiletto.
Ooh. Yikes.
Well, I like to let my guests be. I could just sit up taller. Well, Val isn't here, so I can take his spot. But yeah, it's so fun to talk about the differences. But I believe there's a difference between the different states as well as how accepted stuff are. Verdict? Jamie, do you have anything?
No.
Online is saying verdict.
I don't know.
We had a 16 plus club every Friday on our school grounds. You gag just to thinking of the drink Cinzano, and my parents drank it watered down without knowing for years. Yeah, I remember all of those martini drinks. They were really big in, well, I'm 27, but I remember the 80s. So, yeah. Yeah, in 8th grade, I would have been...
Verdict reached.
What?
It does say verdict reached in the
Oh.
thing. And it was that your friend Kathy posted it.
Yeah, she loves me so much. She blocked me because she can't resist me. Yeah, I must have been 13 or 14 when probably 14 when I was at my first 8th grade. I was 13. I was at my first big underage dance. Everyone was drunk as well, but it's different in Denmark. You could do that. We had those in the big sports arenas, the local ones. You had these big parties. It was fun. Kathy sweet Kathy had me blocked. I think they just did a chain block of us trial watchers. Did anyone ever drink pisang ambon?
I don't know what that is.
The green stuff.
No.
Yeah, I was probably 13. No, I said under 2 hours, and we are at 2 hours and 10 minutes. So, yeah. Yeah, but I went to school a year before because my mom had to go to work in the hospital. So, hey, the White Rabbit. Nice to see you.
Hey, White Rabbit. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah. No, not absent. It's pisang ambon. It's an 80s thing. Hey, atheist. Well, if David is close to his phone, he probably will pop on, but he's at a school concert.
I text him.
Thank you.
You text him?
Okay, the court has been informed that the jury has arrived at a verdict, and so I'm going to bring them in at this time. Bailiff Innes, please.
No, there will probably be in like a month, I think. No, she's going to be found guilty in the malice. I'm pretty sure of it. I don't think it's the correct answer, but I'm pretty sure of it.
Come on, jury.
Well, I'm not that nervous because I know how it will go. They're going to find her guilty. That's I'm pretty sure of.
So in the case State versus Hannah Payne, case number 2019 CR 01737, the court has been informed that you have reached a verdict. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, we have.
Okay, and are you the foreperson?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, if you kindly stand. Was your verdict unanimous?
Yes, ma'am.
Has a verdict form been filled in, signed, and dated by you?
Yes, ma'am.
If you would have the bailiff bring the verdict form.
This is going to be a stupid verdict.
Mr. Foreperson, if you would go ahead and read the verdict.
Roughly 2 hours.
With regard to count one, as to the offense of malice murder, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
Yep.
With regard to count 2, as to the offense of felony murder, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
Yep.
With regard to count 3, as to the offense of aggravated assault, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty. With regard to count 4, as the offense of felony murder, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
She is not going home.
Nope.
Yeah.
With regard to count 5, as the offense of false imprisonment, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty. With regard to count 6, as to the offense of possession of firearm during commission of a felony, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
So what do we learn? We don't get involved.
As to the offense of possession of firearm during commission of a felony, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty. With regard to count 8, as to the offense of possession of firearm during commission of a felony, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
Her dad still looks like he's
submitted the 12th day of December 2023.
Counsels, is there anything further required of this jury before I dismiss them?
The court can hold the jury.
Okay. I will hold the jury. And so I'm just going to go sequentially and ask you a number of questions to which you will respond. Foreperson, was that your verdict in the jury room?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it freely and voluntarily made by you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Next person. Was that your verdict in the jury room?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it freely and voluntarily made by you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Was that your verdict in the jury room?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it freely and voluntarily made by you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that your verdict in the jury room?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it freely and voluntarily made by you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that your verdict in the jury room?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it freely and voluntarily made by you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that,
Well, he had a lot of standing objections.
was it freely and voluntarily made by you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that your verdict in the jury room? Was it freely and voluntarily made by you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that your verdict in the jury room?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it freely and voluntarily made by you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir? Was that your verdict in the jury room?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it freely and voluntarily made by you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not upset
Was
with
that
this
your verdict in the
conclusion.
jury room?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it freely and voluntarily made by you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that your verdict in the jury room? Was it freely and voluntarily made by you? Is it still your verdict? Was that your verdict in the jury room?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it freely and
This was still a horrible trial, though.
Yeah.
This judge is horrible.
Yeah. Kathy Trout, I never heard
I have
about it.
polled the jurors. Ladies and gentlemen,
I think I remember
you have
one.
concluded your service on this jury.
I don't remember
You're no
what it
longer
was.
subject to or bound
Where a
by
juror said no when they were
instructions
getting
that I've
pulled.
previously given to you about not talking
Yeah,
to
it's happened.
anyone about this case. You're now free to talk to anyone you like about the case and the decision that your jury
I bet they
has
don't speak
reached.
out.
By the same token, you're not required to speak with anyone about this case. That is your decision. However, sometimes the attorneys like to talk with you to ascertain your.
I don't get why
views
she
of the
can
evidence
have two
and
murders with
inputs
only
on
one
how
person.
how they could improve. But again, you
Well,
need
they
to
might drop a
speak
charge.
to
They
anyone
should.
about the case. That is
The lower
your
ones.
decision.
But they found her guilty in
Again,
both of them.
thank
That's
you
you
for
can't
your
be
service
guilty
Yeah,
of two.
and your commitment to.
Yeah, but when the court enters the judgment, they should enter only the highest, most severe conviction.
Right, you'll be outside the courtroom? Okay.
But knowing Georgia, they'll enter both because we just read a
Surprised they
Supreme
don't
Court
have her in
case.
cuffs yet.
So I was thinking about this. When she said she pulled the gun out, hoping to scare him with it, that if she's just hoping to scare him with it and she doesn't intend to use it to stop a threat, that's not self-defense. She's not engaging in self-defense.
You may be seated. Ms. Payne, I'm going to remand you into the custody of the Sheriff's Department at this time. Counsels, what I do want to do at this time is set a date for the sentencing. My proposed date is December 20th.
It's pretty soon.
Wait, why are they talking about this still on the record when she's not in the room?
Yes.
Because her rights don't matter in this courtroom. Let's be
Well,
clear.
apparently not. Okay, well, fair
Let's
enough.
be
If we
clear.
start with that presumption. They should not be talking it all on the record. She's not there.
If there are any changes, we will let you know.
Is there any possible way that we can have this done on Friday?
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think of that, Aaron. She's going away right before Christmas.
Okay,
And they've traveled and we are putting them up now.
okay.
Supposed to be here. Just for their convenience, we would request that the sentencing be on the 5th.
Okay. I believe I can accommodate that.
I have Bolton County is 9 in the morning. My afternoon is 1. Where I can come after when that case releases.
Okay,
I think this would be a continuation of the trial. We would still be on trial, so this would take precedence.
okay. I can accommodate the 15th. I just need to see what, we have 9 o'clock on Friday, correct? We could do it after. We could do it after. I could consider 10 o'clock on Friday morning.
This Friday,
All right, thank you.
The 20th, I think she said.
Adjourned at this time.
20 something.
the 20th of December, but they asked for another.
Oh, you might be right.
But
Nobody wants to work 5 days before Christmas.
Oh.
I was in court the 21st and the 22nd of December last year. Well, that's that took us all the way through. A nice, easy case in a little over a week. No, it's about a week.
I guess I
Started
can
last
take my
Tuesday.
stream down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to do that. And to all you many fine folks who found us today because of the algorithm, thank you all so much for watching along. It's 10 minutes past 1, so I won't be giving Dave. I know he wants to have like 2.5 hours talking about how right he was about this trial.
Don't worry, I'll save it for tomorrow. Everyone become a member and join my members only stream tomorrow.
Yeah, because at Wednesdays at 2 o'clock, Dave has a roundup. Yeah, 2, right? Or 8? 8 o'clock.
7 p.m. Eastern.
As I said. 7 p.m. He has a roundup of what happened the last week in news and the law, but only for members. So join up over at MLS's channel. Jamie, what do you have to say?
I'm disappointed,
You're disappointed.
but
It is what it is. We've been through it so many times. We know. We always sit and think, did they really prove that? Only the Bradley Young case has left me happy. Oh, and the Adam Montgomery.
yeah, Bradley Young was great. Oh, Daryl Brooks was great, but we didn't do that.
Daryl Brooks was great.
Thank you, Boss.
Letitia Stout. What about Brandon Berber, the Border Patrol Texas case?
There's been a couple.
Oh, because you dumped it off on me, just like you dumped the other one on Val.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
Terrible.
Yeah, when we meet in Dollywood, Valhalla is drinking all the Bud Lights on your bill.
Speaking of trials that got dumped on Valhalla, I will be resuming the Elijah McClain trial tomorrow.
Oh, is that still going?
Oh, it's still going, buddy. Yeah. It's supposed to last a month. Tomorrow will be day 9.
Oh, that's good. Well, you get some watch hours in. That's good.
Yep. Getting a couple watch hours in. Am I painting closer? Oh, it's not that good, y'all. But there's a little happy Christmas tree for you.
That is good. I don't know why you don't like that.
It is what it is.
Oh my God.
It is what it is.
Valkyrie painted that. Don't lie to everyone.
I painted it on stream. It's in real time. It took me like an hour and a half.
I know how the special effects work.
Do you? Yeah. So yeah, tomorrow I'll be doing that trial with the 2 paramedics being charged with manslaughter, negligent homicide, and a slew of assault charges. So
It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, come
get your tickets.
I'll send links out. And now that you guys don't have trials, maybe you can come and endure the pain with us.
Why am I
have
answering?
anything? Because it's your time to shield.
Oh, okay. Well, tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, my members only stream. Come check it out, and it's a lot of fun. Just weekly news roundup kind of thing. And then Saturday at noon Eastern, I have the Jodi Arias trial. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern, Valhalla and I, along with Joe from Good Logic, are going to build Legos. And we'll see if we can stump him on any Jewish trivia questions. It'll be a good time.
Jewish trivia questions? Awesome.
I'm gonna come.
And that too.
My God.
Don't come.
Oh
That's the
my
one I hit
God.
because McKinley said make them come.
McKinley, by the way, has been co-hosting this entire trial with me, and she's been doing pretty well.
Yeah, and I think McKinley have found out that live trial streaming is often very, very boring.
A little bit.
So always have.
Gotta
two
have a
streams
good
to-
personality.
Yeah, that's why I have Jamie, and I'm just here for saying stupid stuff in a funny accent.
Ooh,
recovery
recovery
addicts crew just jumped in here. Welcome. Just as we're about to close down, but you are more than welcome, and thank you, recovery.
They were
addicts.
watching the same trial. Did you guys know there was a verdict?
Yeah, because they're coming. He just rated me, so he's probably just shut down his stream. But thank you so much, recovery addict, and Polyclaire is here from over there.
Welcome all.
Oh, yeah, I just got you back again. So thank you all for coming in, and we are just about to shut down. No, I don't see any malice either in this case. It looks she was overcharged. That's our opinion over most of our opinions over here as well.
I am comfortable with the verdict.
I will say this, y'all. There's always that saying, right, where you're not smart enough to get out of jury duty. That needs to change. You need to uphold your civic duty and get on these juries when you're called and do the best that you can while you're there. we're seeing so many of these jury trials that go haywire, and somebody needs to be on that jury that understands what's happening and understands the law and can critically think and find the truth in the matter and speak out in that jury room. I'm not saying to nullify. I'm not saying anything about nullification. I am saying critical think and do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, and thank you so much, Recovery, for rating me and for all you nice people coming over here. Everyone is winding down now. We got the verdict, and it's 1:15 in Denmark time where I am. But you're all more than welcome. And
hey, Recovery Addict.
She's guilty. She should be looking at 10 to 20. Yeah, that's roughly where I see it's okay, because she wasn't not guilty, in my opinion.
Well, that was my opinion. She wasn't not guilty. She definitely did some bad things. I don't think it's self-defense. If you're going to claim self-defense, don't say you took out the gun just to scare him, because then you're obviously not scared enough, right?
Right.
But is it malice murder? No, I don't think so. Is it potentially felony murder? Not necessarily for the pulling the car out in front, but brandishing a firearm is a felony. You know, I think there's enough to get there. I could see where I could be convinced on a jury, although at the end of the day, this is probably involuntary manslaughter at the best.
Yeah.
So way overcharged, like Fuck says in the chat.
Yeah, and she was guilty of stupidity. But it's kind of sad that we want to live in a society where people, if you were hit while out shopping, you would like people to step in. But with cases like this, and where we see all of the people who try to help others get in trouble, more and more people will say, I'm staying out of this. And I think that's a bad society when people don't want to.
That's not a plus for society. When people can just commit crime and everybody just stands around and watches it happen instead of speaking out at the very least, it doesn't make for a good end game, y'all. It really doesn't.
It doesn't, but
that's what is the eventual end, right? That's the eventual.
Texting me while I was streaming that he once stopped a drunk driver and held him for the police. This was like in the 80s. But today you get charged with that.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't seen a judge being this biased for the state. I would say and I've been doing this for like 8 months now. I really didn't like the judge. Yesterday whenever there's an objection, I said sustained, because every time the state objected, was it today or yesterday where she sustained asked and answered, and he had asked 2 different questions and asked a third one completely different from the first 2 ones, and she said asked and answered. She was so biased, this judge. I don't like it. So.
I didn't watch the entire trial, but it was pretty evident to me that this judge was biased towards the state.
Yeah.
When in fact, all judges should be more biased towards the defendant. All juries should also be more biased towards the defendant.
The judge shouldn't be biased anyway. The judge is just the upholder of the law, but jurors, and that's, for those of you who are new here, don't know me, I'm what's called a layman in Denmark. That's our jury system. We are elected for 4 years at a time, and we do many trials in those 4 years. I've been doing that for the last 12 years, so I have roughly between 10 and 20 cases each year in those 12 years. So I have seen a lot of courtrooms from the inside. And one of the things I would really, really love for jurors is see it as a betterment of society, what you're doing. See it as you're working with the system to make it as fair as possible. And as Valhalla said earlier, people always ask us in chat, how do I get out of jury duty? But what if it was you? If it was your sister, it was your mom,
your spouse,
who was sitting in the stand,
your daughter.
Would you want 12 people who just wanted to leave because it only pays $5? Or would you want 5 people or 12 people sitting there thinking, well, it's a crap job, but we have to do it right. We have to listen. We have to pay attention, and I think the jury system is a great system, but people has to take it seriously. And I don't like the thing where lawyers can pick and choose from a jury pool. In Denmark, if you're okayed, you're in. The only thing is if you have any familiarity with any of the people in the case, you can't do it. So yeah,
I like it better here instead of on my phone.
It's better in the treehouse than on the phone.
It's much better.
Much better.
But so yeah, the problem with a professional juror in the United States is the jury is supposed to be the last check on a corrupt government before they start incarcerating people randomly. It's just people don't see it as that.
No, today most people see it as a bother, as a chore that they got stuck having to do, and it shouldn't be that way. It's not intended to be that way. It doesn't work if that's the viewpoint of the jury.
Well, yeah, I mean, so you can have a corrupt politician that passes a bad law, and a corrupt judge, and a corrupt DA, and a corrupt system. They still got to get it passed for everyday citizens. That was the original idea, but nobody thinks of it that way.
Polyclair, I do get I'll roughly make about $100 each day I'm in. When I'm in court, I get $100 after taxes. So I get a decent amount of money for it, way better than American jurors. And we both have a punishment and rehabilitation system, but I think most Americans will almost die when they hear this crime in Denmark would have landed her, I think, 8 to 10 years maximum. 10 years is absolute maximum with 2/3 served. That's
there's a problem with our prison system in this country.
But I talked about it earlier. Every study made shows that I had the word earlier, but it's almost always 85 to 87% of people will do crime again, no matter if it's our system where you are given mental care. You
live in this utopia.
No, but I'm saying if we have our system, or we have your system, or we have even I believe it was in Holland, they made a supermax prison. They dug down into the ground to try and see if that would change anything. Yeah, it was a crazy prison, but every prison system where they do this discoveries, it's 85 to 87% reoffending rate.
Great recidivism.
Recidivism. 85 to 87%. My problem is in the US and in Denmark or whatever, they might fix you or they might just punish you in prison, but they release you out to the same bad habits you left.
Yeah,
if you're drug addict, who are you going out to meet?
Well, there's more to it than that, right? So if you get convicted of a crime as a felon, for example, when you get out, you have way less opportunity than you did before you became a felon. So I wanted
to hire a woman once that was had gone to prison for unaliving her husband. But the rest of my staff was like, "Oh, I'm not working with her." I'm like, "Why? You're not her husband. You know, she did her time." You know,
well, that's exactly it, right? In this country, especially, and I can't speak for the rest of the world, but in this country, when you get done with your punishment phase of a sentence, you should be free and clear. But it doesn't work that way. Nobody is free and clear after they've been convicted of a crime, no matter what the crime. It's always going to follow them through their life.
Yeah, somebody said in the chat earlier too that each state has varying degrees of punishment for the crime. Well, because each state is a separate sovereign, right? You know, when we talk about Denmark, I think Denmark has less people than Michigan. Sweden, right next door, has about the same population and the same like populated footprint as Michigan. So let's compare apples to apples. Let's not talk about the United States as a whole compared to individual European countries. But Denmark has a different system than Sweden. It has a different system from France or Italy. So
it's just problems, y'all. It's just problems that are above any of us. However, we have this small platform that we can speak on them. And
yeah, and that's why I say our job is to educate people to say maybe think about it the next time you get a jury summons. Maybe just wonder, should I try to get out of it, or should I be the one who is clearly putting away a bad guy or clearly helping an innocent person get away from an unjust system? It can be both. I'm not saying that you wouldn't have found it the exact same way in this jury. Just think about it, because a lot of people out there is just thinking, I don't want to do it.
Well, I just, I always come to the position that the defendant is absolutely innocent unless the state bends over backwards to prove her guilt. Now, we have to take into consideration the elements of the crime and the facts of the case. I don't think she's guilty of these particular charges, but I do think at the very least she's guilty of involuntary manslaughter. I don't think she had a right to self-defense in that situation because of her own testimony. I don't think it rose to that level. Now, it's in my mind, it shouldn't be felony murder because the statute at the time that was in play, although it's been rescinded now, would have allowed her, justified her in stopping that vehicle. So she's not actually committing a felony. I have to imagine there was some pretrial work done because nobody mentioned that statute at all during the trial. So there's probably some pretrial motions. And
I don't understand how that's possible. I don't understand
either. But the way that it was charged by the judge, they had to, the jury is compelled to, at a minimum, find her guilty of felony murder because there was no arguments allowed, apparently, regarding that statute. Nobody mentioned it, that she had the right under the former law to stop him.
The grand jury, the quote is, the grand jury would indict a ham sandwich. Grand juries can be steered whichever direction the prosecution wants them to be steered.
A high bar, right?
No, it's the lowest possible proof that we really have out there in the criminal justice system. And I mean, at the end of the day, both parties acted wrongly, and I feel like the decedent acted more wrongly than the defendant, but I don't feel like she's innocent here. She didn't do, a lot of people say she didn't do anything illegal. Well, maybe, depending on how you read the statute, but she definitely did a lot of dumb things.
Yeah.
I don't feel, I see like recovery addict here. I don't feel good about this verdict. I'm more concerned. I don't feel good about the likely sentence she's going to get, which is probably going to be life, maybe with parole. I don't feel good about that.
No.
I don't feel good about the malice murder. I don't think there was any malice there whatsoever. So I'm with you there, but I do feel like she's not guilty of all possible outcomes or all possible charges, anyways.
Yeah,
my assessment.
And that's why you should always follow. If you like to think about stuff like that, follow a recovery addict, follow MLS, follow Valhalla, follow me.
I was in recovery addicts chat, I think yesterday while I was streaming this trial. But follow us all. Yeah, because one of the things that is so amazing right now, we are 279 people, and we have a live chat where you can. I had the two people going at each other this morning, a little on the rough side, but still, we ended up being friends, all of us, and you can ask questions where you think, did she say that? No, well, I heard it that way. You can do all of the things that jury should do and try to play along at home, because it's not just watching a trial. It's also thinking about how would you have judged it. And it's so easy to just go in and say, as I think some people who just watch it on other channels do, just go in and say, well, you wouldn't be charged if you wasn't guilty.
and that's absolutely the wrong mindset.
That's
But,
gross. That's gross.
Flux,
Yeah.
I think when you say that isn't malice in every crime, that's sort of the common understanding of malice. But from a legal standpoint, malice murder is essentially first-degree murder. So you have to show that there was premeditation to do it. And I do believe, though, that the prosecutor misstated the law. Nobody objected. She said in her closing arguments that means you don't even have to think about it ahead of time. No, you still do. You have to think about it ahead of time. Now, it could be a second ahead of time, but it still has to be ahead of a time. But malice is, from a legal term for malice murder, it's just essentially premeditation without without any justification.
Yeah, and there's no question about it. Recovery has the best technology setup. As you can see,
Yeah.
this is a shoestring operation.
But does he have turtles? That's what I want to know.
Is he in a
Does have
treehouse?
Walls of fame. we are all
My
different,
lovely
but we are
treehouse.
all great channels, and of course you should follow along on each of us, or one of us, or whatever you feel like, because I love this law community on YouTube. There's so many people who want to know more and learn more, and you can do that on all these channels. But as I said earlier,
all right, pickles. Are
it's
good.
it's 1:30. I'm gonna
tired.
Yeah, I have to go to bed because the garbage man starts collecting garbage in 4.5 hours. Thank you, Recovery, for sending people over. Thank you, Dave. Thank you,
Appreciate it,
Hannah,
brother.
and of course, Jamie, the most lovely of the lovely. RA has all the technology. I have your lashes, and yeah.
And Valhalla has turtles.
And Valhalla has turtles, and Dave has Jody Arias's legs on the wall. But I'm gonna dump you all over to another, the funniest lady on the internet, a girl called Mo. But thank you so much for the raid, Recovery. Thank you so much. Please like on the way out if you would be so kind, and we will see you later.